Can you hear me? Anyone out there? All right, here we go. Friday Fast 5 versus TCU. It is game day. It is Friday, Black Friday, November 27th. Man, what a great time to be a Baylor Bear. I mean, we really can, do some special things tonight and win the game, and then hope for, upset and Bedlam this weekend, and hopefully get a chance to win the Big 12 championship and then get into the playoff picture. I know we still have Texas on the docket next week, but I think this is an extraordinary time to be a Baylor fan. And if you're going to Fort Worth this evening and you're going to be in Amon G. Carter Stadium, kudos to you. It's going to be cold. It's going to be wet. I'm still debating if I really want to come. Ashley Hodge has been bugging me all week talking about let's make memories. And I think memories are what we're going to make tonight. This is a fantastic team, a fantastic Baylor team, one of the best in Brow's era. And then, just some of these guys on the team are truly special. Talking about Shock to start off. I know there's a lot of rumors about him not being able to go tonight, but he is going tonight. Shock is a great asset to our team. He's Mr. Durable. He's been in this offense for 3 years. He knows it in and out. And even if we need him in a Wildcat situation, I don't foresee it happening. But Shock is a great athlete, and he understands the offense. I think his carries may be limited tonight because of the rain and the footing, making sure his ankle, knee, whatever is bothering him, he's ready to go. But I think Chris Johnson will be the key to our success tonight. I think what he brings to the run game is spectacular. Last week, he is faced with his first ever adverse situation. 3rd and 8, backed up in Oklahoma State territory. He gets the ball, he takes the snap, and he runs 8 yards up the field for a first down. That is huge. To be able to do that, I know he's tall, I know we really don't have a backup, I know he's big, I know he can sling it, but be able to really run the football and get after a team like that, that is great. He opens up the zone read like no other. Similar to what Seth did, but he opens up the zone read because you have to hold that read for the zone read to be able to work, to be able to do what it's supposed to do. So when Shock is when he's getting the ride of that fake, that defensive end or outside linebacker, whoever the read key is, has to stay put for a while, for a second. And that split second is enough to explore our offense to its fullest. And that defensive end or linebacker read key is really in no man's land. How's Chris Johnson going to be used tonight for Browse? I think Chris Johnson is going to be used just like we seen him last week in the second half. I think he's going to take some big shots. He got arm. He's effortlessly throwing the ball deep down the field. I mean, he has a cannon. I think his touch will probably be the bigger issue in this rain, and just getting the ball up there and let some of these great receivers run under it. And then after that, you look at what he really does with his head and with his mind, his football IQ. This is a guy that hasn't played in over a year up until last week. But he has been in the offensive meeting rooms for 3 years. He understands the offense. And that's what Browse has done for years, is he really been able to teach these guys the offense before they ever get on the field. I mean, a lot of people say mental reps at practice. A lot of coaches, even in the NFL, when another guy's up calling the play, get a mental rep. And these guys have had mental reps for 3 years. I mean, Chris Johnson is just about a veteran as he can be. He's been in offense for 3 years, and then also he's smart. The only thing he's lacking is experience. But I think that'll come, especially with the way Coach Browse has really coached these guys to play football. How will we be able to, play in this rain? How will we be able to field the ball? How do we be able to catch, run? Ball security is job security. Coach Babers used to tell us that over and over and over again. If you want to have a job at Baylor University, you have to protect the ball. You have to protect the pigskin. And tonight, we're going to have to do that. We're going to have to get rid of the sleeves, maybe tape our fingers up to have some kind of grip. But the gloves, once gloves get wet, they are done. They are done. And I think that's going to be the case for both teams. You got to be special and being able to wear gloves. Some people like to wear gloves and they try to keep them as dry as possible. But once the gloves get wet, they're done. And that's going to be hard for us because it's supposed to be raining all day. It's a 100% chance of rain at 6 p.m. And then the cold. So if it's really cold, the ball's going to be harder and slicker. And so we just got to make sure we take care of the ball, take care of the small things, and get things done this week. Defensively, our defensive line played a heck of a game last week. We have a great opportunity to do that same thing. Boykin's back. I don't know how healthy he is, but Boykin is going to open up the offense, similar to what Chris Johnson did after a hobbling Stidham was in the game. Boykin is smart. He's not going to do too much. But I tell you one thing, Boykin wants to beat this team. 2 years in a row, Boykin got knocked out 2 years ago. Last year, Boykin played a great game, but it wasn't enough to win in Waco. I mean, he's ready to go. And honestly, this is the chance for TCU to solidify what kind of bowl game they get into. I mean, I know they're not going to be fighting for a Big 12 championship. I know they're not going to be fighting for, a playoff spot. But these guys will want to get in a big bowl game to compete at the next level. Boykin's leaving, Dotson leaving, a lot of those guys leaving. They want to get in a game that's going to motivate them to play at a high level. So defending Boykin at 85% versus Boykin at 100%, I think you just got to be conscious of his throwing ability when he's out of the pocket. He can run, he can move, and he's going to do that tonight. But you cannot suck up these safeties and these linebackers leaving receivers wide open, because TCU has a ton of speed in their wide receiver core and their running back. So as soon as you leave these guys, Boykin's going to dump it off, and they're going to have a field day chasing these guys in mud. It's a big time for Baylor, and I think if we can control the line of scrimmage, limit their run game, and then drop back and let our defensive line chase Boykin out of the pocket, I think we have a great game plan. Our back end has played the best in the last 3 weeks, and these guys are continuing to get better. Looking forward to the matchups that they will have with Listenby, Turpin, and all those guys, and how they really compete. So, with that being said, Sick 'em Bears, Friday Fast 5. It is a great time to be a Baylor Bear. I'm out. Thank you so much.